Okay, now last structures in the male reproductive tract are the accessory glands that are involved with semen production. So semen has the secretions of 3 glands plus sperm from the testes epididymis. So when you put all 4 of those things together, you actually have semen. So the accessory glands of the male reproductive system, let's look at each of them. So semen would have, of course, sperm from here, matured in here, that went up through the vas deferens. That's where the spermatozoa would come from. And then you've got secretions from the seminal vesicles. Talk about that. Secretions from the prostate gland, and then secretions from the bulbourethral gland. Those are the things that end up in semen. So let's talk about the seminal vesicles. From the backside, I always think that the male reproductive tract kind of looks like an angry mosquito. So angry eyebrows, angry eyes. The eyes right here are the seminal vesicles. They're paired. They're on the posterior surface of the bladder. They're lined by an epithelium that has secretory capacity. They've got smooth muscle in their wall that will allow them to contract upon ejaculation. They have a fibrous capsule around the outside with dense connective tissue. And about 60% of the volume of semen comes from these guys. In the seminal vesicle secretions, there is fructose, which is sperm's favorite nutrient. Some other nutrients for the sperm. There's prostaglandins, and the prostaglandins actually cause dilation of the cervix. So when vaginal intercourse is going on and ejaculation occurs, the prostaglandins will make it more likely that the sperm can actually swim past. There also are immunosuppressant chemicals in that seminal fluid that helps to protect against the hostile vaginal vault. That's great for fertilization and implantation, not necessarily very good for the female's reproductive health. There are also enzymes that help the sperm to function. And interestingly, considering I used to work at a DNA fingerprinting lab, there are also yellow pigments that fluoresce under UV light. I'll tell you a little story about that in class. Okay, and then we have the prostate gland, and the prostate gland makes around 1/3 of the volume of semen, so you're almost at 90% here, even without the sperm in it. Of course, the prostate gland wraps around the prostatic urethra. Remember this figure, that's the prostate gland. It has secretory cells lining it. It's got smooth muscle in the wall that will contract upon ejaculation, fibrous capsule around the outside. And the fluid that comes from here is cloudy or milky, and it's got an antibiotic chemical in it that helps to combat UTIs in males, one of the many reasons they don't get very many. It's got enzymes in it to enhance sperm motility. It also has enzymes that make sperm stay liquid until they hit the vagina, and then, semen stay liquid until it hits the vagina, and then the semen should clot and stay behind while the sperm swim up past the cervix. And then also in here is a prostate-specific antigen, which basically tells you it's coming from the prostate. And whenever a lot of PSA is present, sometimes they wonder whether prostate cancer is a possibility. So it's not diagnostic, but it starts people thinking about it. This guy is really susceptible to inflammation, and when it becomes inflamed, it makes urination really difficult. When it's inflamed and it's not cancerous, it's called benign prostatic hyperplasia, and then it can become cancerous as well. It's also very susceptible to recurrent STDs. And then the last gland is these guys right here, which is the bulbourethral glands, also shown here. And those sort of exist in that skeletal muscle. They are inferior to the prostate gland. They actually secrete into the urethra upon arousal, not upon ejaculation. But so they produce a lubricating mucus during arousal or excitation, and it cleanses and neutralizes the urethra and also ends up lubricating the tip of the penis upon arousal. Okay, so the last thing that we'll talk about is the stages of the male and female sexual response, and then we're done.